Hello and welcome back to another virtual reality live session. Today we're gonna animate again. It's gonna be the opening scene of our virtual reality short film. I'm joined today by Niels again. I hope you can hear
Hello
me.
guys.
Alright. Yeah, today we try out a little bit different things because we're on live on YouTube as usual, but also on Twitch now. And I hope everything works. The chats should be connected, so you can see on the bottom right it should be connected to everything. Yeah, and if you have any questions regarding our project or anything else, just write them down in the chat and we can get to them. Yeah, and like I said, today we're gonna do the opening scene of our virtual reality short film. It's a lot of basic animation. At least I hope so, and yeah, with a little bit of a title scene, you could say. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say. Maybe someone, if there's already someone in the chat, maybe try to write something that would be nice, so I can see, or Niels, you can do that as well, so I can see if the chat thing is working. Yes. And then we can go and start. Because it's easier to fix when I'm sitting at the PC and not in virtual reality. Yeah, and in this time, I could just say that...
Hey guys. Hey Thorsten. Sorry.
Hey, yeah, Thorsten's there. Nice. Hey Thorsten. It seems like it's working, so 2 people on YouTube right now. Perfect. Great. I hope Twitch is working as well. But we'll see that, yeah, in a couple minutes, I guess. All right. So, like, to just tell you where we are in the process, we're actually trying to finalize the, like, the basic animation. Yeah, so kind of like we are nearly finished with the animation part. So actually I want to have the opening scene animated today and then put everything together, and then this video, so we're gonna export a video, and that file will be sent to our music composer, who will then compose the music for our piece, create a score. That's awesome because it's gonna add so much to the story. And yeah, it seems like Twitch is working as well. Great. Perfect. Thank you for the test. And yeah, so we actually are like nearly finished. I think there's gonna be some work here and there that we have to do. But at least we have something that we could probably upload. And that is something like when you only have about 2.5 months to finish a project, it's nice when you have like this straight of a deadline. It's a great achievement to at least have it, in my opinion. What do you say, Niels? I think we're quite happy about that at the moment.
Yeah, we've been going over it today, and over how far we've come and the process in general, and I'm really happy with it, how it turned out, and yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna finish like the opening scene, like I said. Niels prepared things. I think it was the day before. No, when did you, in his last live stream he kind of did like miniature islands, and now we're gonna have it animated like a fly through the clouds towards these islands. And yeah, that's what we are gonna do today. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to just write them in the chat. And I'm just gonna switch and put on my headset, like little short break, I think. Yep. So see you in just a minute. Let's go. And we should be back. I hope so.
Yes.
Alright. I got my headset on. Just position myself a little bit in the middle. Just gonna start up Quill. And then we can start. Right, just position my mic a little bit. Alright. Let me open up the scene real quick. And here we go. Hey, just gonna position it somewhere right. Just position my window so I can see the chat as usual. Alright. Here we are, back in Quill. First of all, I want to start off by just opening the file that Niels handed over to me.
Oh, hold on.
It's already... you can see right here, maybe we have like... we're at edit 25 in the optimized version. I don't know if you can read that. But we'll have a lot of version numbers. I have to clean that up. World, there it is, version 9. Alright, open projects. There it is. So Niels painted these little islands right here. The main island, this one, this is our family island, the love island, more like business island, and the friends island right here. And this is the last island where he wants to get up here. Yeah, so this is like the first thing you'll view when coming to our short film. One of the first things. We're gonna have like clouds right in front of you, and maybe you just move through them. And then there's gonna be a reveal of the scene because of, the world is just full of these floating islands. And so in the opening scene you see some of them. And the thing where do I have to turn? Wait a minute. Now I'm facing right. Yeah, alright. It's always a bit confusing. I don't see myself that good. So this is basically what we want to animate now. So it's gonna be like a camera movement. I'm just gonna call it camera movement. I think it wouldn't be like the really correct term because you're actually not moving the camera, you're moving the viewer because it's really the point of view of the person watching the whole thing, but I'm still just gonna refer to it as camera movement as a little bit easier. And we're gonna have like a wall of clouds where you go through, maybe the clouds move a little bit, and we'll have the actual like title of the short film in front of you. And this is how it usually would do it. We have like separate scenes in different folders. So this is like one Quill file with everything in it. But because we're gonna animate the camera, I won't do that in here because I do that all in our main composition. And I'm gonna open it, and now we can see kind of the process, how we put everything together. So, starting off, opening the edit. So this is gonna be our final file, starting in all black now. That's actually what we want to change. And now you can see a little bit of the glimpse of what we have been creating in the past couple of months. Actually, couple is quite the right word choice, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here you can see, like, I have folders nested in folders. If I put that all down, you can see there's quite a lot of, different layers all combined now in this one piece. All right. And how I would usually do it is just go in here. And then you can just go into your open or import project. Click on it. And then you just have to remember to press import and not open. And that will, yeah, just do what it says. Import the scene. And here we have it. Looking good. And first thing I'm gonna do is remove the initial spawn area. That is where you usually would spawn if you open the project, but we don't need that because we already have one. I have that right here. So what I did just to have it a little bit more convenient is in this folder of the so-called camera is an actual camera so that we can export a video later. The spawn area where you actually will spawn, and there's also another thing, and that's this sketch right here. That was just for me to see a little bit of how, yeah, the person will look. So a straight line up here, so you kind of can frame the shot even when you're not looking at it correctly. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of an orientation guide.
Yeah, it's really just for orientation. That's gonna disappear later on, but it's more easy for me to move everything. And what I decided to do was to not move the viewpoint at all. So the viewpoint actually stays the same for the whole set piece. Maybe I should just show what happens. So if I enable it right here, preview spawn area, and I press play, you can see that I jump right into it. And here you can see the blue lines I created and a little bit of like what are the furthest points I can see with these lines, just to get a little bit of a glimpse of how it works. And yeah, when you're watching the final piece, you will just sit right here in the spawn area. Of course, you can move your head, so that is no problem. You can do that. But this is just like the rough idea of where the person might be looking, or where the person might be facing in the first half of the film. Yeah, and we're gonna stick to that. So this thing here is not moving at all. I'm usually always I'm always just moving the set piece itself. So I'm gonna rescale it like I want it right here. I think that is quite a nice size actually. And yeah, this is kind of this is the process of putting the stuff together. So I have it now in the scene as a separate folder, and I'm just gonna position it somehow like I think would be nice. Because we want to start off, we want to zoom in or just fly over to the islands. I think this would be a great position to start. And then we'll move closer. I'm just gonna bring in the other assets. I can show you right here what you... What?
Sorry. Maybe
do you want to...
the identity?
Oh, your audio just lagged a bit, but I think you want to put it down a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that you have more like a little bit more of a bird's eye view. Just flying a little bit higher. I think that's nice. All right. And what you can see right here, that as soon as we cut, so here you can see there are two parts overlapping. Yeah, so we want to show the main island afterwards, a little bit in a little more of a near perspective. And for that, to have that cut work, they're actually in and out points. So I can just click right here the out point, and it will cut it off. And yeah, so this is the way you cut. So it's basically not any different from cutting in any different or in any other program. It's working quite easily. Yeah, and I'm just gonna bring in the title right now. Gonna do some different stuff. So I'm gonna show you a little bit how image layers work in Quill. So I have everything right here. Sky 1. This is the one I want to use. This is just a gradient, but just 1 pixel wide. I'm gonna show you what that's about later. And the title right here. Okay, maybe I should start with the sky, because this is looking kind of... the text isn't looking good on black, because it's black as well. So, when I take a look right here. So this is just a 1 pixel wide image layer, but it has a little bit more height. I think it's about 800 pixels or 1000 pixels high. And the nice thing is that because of that, the file is very small. But what I can do with that, I'm just gonna show you. First of all, it's a little bit weird because it's like not positioned straight when you import it, but you just hit reset transform. And now it is perfectly straight line. And last step to have this work is just, you can go here into the settings, and now it's 2D image, but I want a 360. Here, I won't try to pronounce that, but yeah. So actually, it's converting like 1 pixel into a 360-degree image. So that is one trick, because usually when you have a 360 image, a gradient, it is super like you need a lot of pixels for that to work, because it has to surround you everywhere. But with that technique, you're just gonna spare a lot of memory, and that is the good thing. And yeah, it can just bring it in right here, just like this. And now we have our sky. Surrounding us. It's great. I'm just gonna make it just a bit bigger, so that there's no way somebody will step out of it. And now we come to the title. It's locked. So it's another title. I already loaded that in. Just this one. Here it is. Reset transform again. Now it's perfectly straight. And now you can see right here, there it is. That's what I envisioned it to be when you're starting. You're just gonna be behind the clouds, and this is the thing that you will view. Just the main title of the show. You're gonna go through it maybe, or at least towards it. And I think that will look cool for the beginning. Maybe I'm just gonna move it a little bit down right here so I can... So just like this. Yeah, that's good. Alright. So this is the main setup. I'm just gonna put that inside this folder as well, inside this world folder. Because now I could move everything together. That's the great thing. So I'm just gonna grab it right here. Yeah. And I'm just gonna go through that process. And in that time, if you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask. Could also be to totally different topics. But of course, if you want to know something about virtual reality production or project, this is the right place to ask. So, Niels, can you say if everything is still working?
Yes,
all right?
Yours are both still working fine.
Great. All right.
Also,
okay.
Don't forget to save.
Yeah, saving is always a great thing, like we already said. I think now with with the program I do like the combination of the chats. I can actually do a chatbot and maybe have them remind me of saving. That could be a thing.
Okay, Torsten is asking, did you get your hair inspiration from a guy called Gardner
Minshew. Yeah, of course. Greatest like the GOAT. Greatest QB of all time. At least the best looking. I would say.
Guess I'll have to Google that.
You have to Google him. It's
Yeah.
latest Instagram picture should be fire.
I need to validate.
Yeah, the thing actually, the plan is to actually have a photo shoot in a couple of weeks. So I'm growing my hair, and then I'm actually gonna cut just for fun a mullet and have a photo shoot, because photos stay forever. Hair regrows. That will be awesome. I can't wait for that.
Going to let your beard also grow down the sides of your mouth as well, like he did in the picture.
I don't. That's not gonna work for me. But not because I don't want to, because it's just not gonna happen.
Ah, dang.
All right. So basically, I'm just gonna start now, and just add a keyframe right here.
Ah, okay, that was nice.
Where we started. And then go about to the end. Maybe I'm just gonna extend it a little bit. And right here, I want everything to move. Maybe I should move that. It's a little bit hard to grab. So it should move right here, maybe. This is the... Oh, okay. As always, forgot... As always, forgot to hit auto key. That's the usual thing I forget to do in the first time animating when I reopen Quill. Just like this. It's just gonna have. Okay. No, that's not it. I think it's way too fast.
Yeah. Also, we have to start closer to the islands, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna move it right here, and then just have the title more like this, and it will disappear. We won't go through it. That's also a thing, maybe a little bit better for motion sickness experience. And then it will just fade out right here. I'm just gonna do that. So you can animate, you can see right here, you can, at least I try that you can see it. You have transform and show opacity and volume keys. So you can animate opacity and volume as well for a sound object. And that's what I'm gonna do. Just create a keyframe right here. And then animate it to 0. And it will then fade.
Damn, that's clean.
And now I think we'll just have to add... Oh no, moved it. Just like this again. And now what I want to do is just add a little bit of... Where is it? Clouds. So I have clouds right here. And now I don't know if you know this, Niels, actually. When you create a new layer, like the copying you can do in Quill. So if you want to move, like for example, you want to copy clouds like these, what you can do is go in the layer you have them, select them like this, and then just click on the other layer you want to paste them to. And up here there's a... Oh, my hand is shaky today. Copy selection to current frame. Right here. And if you do so...
Yeah. Okay.
Now I think I can go in right here. Oh no, I have selected all frames. That's not the right thing. Wait. Now I have the right layer. So now I should be able to grab them. Yeah. And I have them in a new layer. Just copy it.
Wait. So you into the frame, but it also puts them in a different layer.
Yeah, just because I selected it. So I'm going in here, like in the layer where the cloud is at. I'm marking it, so I'm selecting it. Then it's blinking. Then I don't do anything. I don't copy or anything like that. I just press on the other layer, and then up here there is copy selection to current frame, and that's it. So you transfer whatever you selected to that frame. It's great for animation, but also if you just want to transfer objects like this.
Hannes asked a question. We'll get to it soon. I just wanted to say I've never seen that button before because I never open up the part where you see the timeline because I don't need it.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, but it's
okay,
also
so
kind
Hannes...
of.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I just read it. Like if there are easy ease animations.
Yes.
Yeah, there are, but they can't be controlled. That is the thing. So you can see up here. So it's about. Oh wait. Just gonna check. Here. So if I go back to the keyframe animation. Wait a minute. So here in the world, you can see up here. Damn, what? Today my hand is so shaky. I don't know why. Didn't eat enough. So here you have stepped keyframes. So that is just like it's jumping from one to the other. That's what I use for the animation of George. Linear as an option. Then you have ease in, ease out, and ease in and out. What you have to do in order to have that work is, if you would like an ease in, ease out animation, for example, right here, you have to select the first keyframe, and then you could say, okay, I wanted to have it ease in. So now you can see it's starting like really slow and then picking up pace. But that is the thing. If I just wanted to have it like at the first couple of seconds to have it a little bit of ease, I think that's something you can't control right now. I could be wrong, but I think it's not possible at the moment. So you have to kind of stick to what the program gives you, and that's a little bit of that's a little bit sad. And also, if I wanted to have it stop right here, I have to go in and say ease in, ease out, and now you can see it's picking up a little bit faster, getting faster, and then slowing down again. So it's possible. I usually don't use it for camera animations, just because I found out in my research that is just something that isn't like that good. If you are becoming motion sick, then this like slowly fade between stopping and getting faster. That's something that most people that like experience virtual reality sickness are not liking at all. So it's better to just start off with the animation. But for example, when you want to animate an object, that is then I sometimes use that. And of course, not everyone creates in Quill so that it will be watched later on in VR as well. I mean, you can also export video, and there it is a nice feature, but with not that much control. But I think that is something they might add in the future, that you have more control over the whole thing.
Also, I think many people who create in Quill, not for VR, but for like 2D movies, most of them export to a 3D modeling software like Blender, I think, and would like render it out.
Yeah, there are totally different workflows for different people, yeah. But there are also some, I think I saw one where they produced actually a whole explainer video inside of Quill.
Yeah,
So
I've seen
really
that as
with
well.
that's also
It's
what
really well
also
done.
quite cool.
I think certain things can be a little bit more intuitive to be and easier to create in Quill than like in if you create for 2D than in like After Effects or something like that. Even if you have explainer video, for example. Consulting One is writing Moin Meister. Moin Meister to you as well. Consulting.
Moin. Yeah. So basically that's what we're trying to do right now, is just creating the opening scene. I mean, I think you can totally get away with making the whole thing 2D. Thanks for following. Is it yeah. It is Consulting One. Thank you for following. Yeah, I think for explainer videos, for example, this style really works if you're good at painting and all the stuff. And I think it's unique because you can work so fast if you get used to it. Though I think there is a huge benefit, but you'll just have like a client that actually just accepts you trying out something like this. And I don't know how easy it is. To convince someone that you could try it with this technology, that it will be faster, because I think it can be in many cases, but maybe just after you tried it for 3 times, and then you will get to see the benefits of it. Because you can stage the scenes, you can just change perspective.
You can also very easily move and manipulate the objects that you have.
So.
But you're also limited, as we saw, like with easy ease.
I think that would be working quite well. The title a little bit stuck behind that.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
And then I'm just gonna go through right here. I'm just gonna put in some more clouds in between. So.
But I have a feeling that we are aiming a little bit to the right of the whole scene.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Just
like, because the next scene will be like the island in a bigger close-up, so we should aim for the main island, I think.
That's true. Yeah, so. All right, totally guessed wrong with it would be. Just gonna add some more clouds right here, left and right. You're kind of going through it still. Great. Yeah, I think we'll have some sort of wipe transition before it starts, so that
Sorry. Anders is writing the Simpsons intro music.
It's true! Oh, damn!
I can see...
It's alright.
I can see why you think that.
That'd be also a nice thing to do in Quill.
Yeah. I have a feeling like the Simpsons art style could be very good to or easy to translate.
Yeah, I think so too. It's quite simple shapes.
And it's also flat. There's not really much shading going on. Or not. Like the shading is just one color. So it would work good, I think.
Alright, so let's just see what you talked.
Suggesting maybe you should change the font color to yellow. Well, we're not trying to rip off The Simpsons, but otherwise great.
All right. Now another thing that I really like, what I'm doing a lot. If you did like a mistake like I did right here, so I didn't like really center the island that should be centered, right? So that is wait, is that's what you were talking about, right? You want to have this the main
the
island
main
like
island
more in the middle, right? At the end, especially.
Yeah, it should be quite centered. Yeah, I think.
But another thing, just for you, the nuclear, yeah, I can already see the nuclear island. I think I can see it too. Like, the desert one would be the best, I think, best suited for that. Yeah, but for example, no, what I wanted to say. The thing is why you won't see it like centered at all, even if it would be totally centered, is that you're getting just the stream of one of my eyes. So, yeah, so just with the combination of both, you'll really see how it will look like if it's gonna be centered. So I think it's maybe a little bit more like, yeah, I think it would be better.
Accurate.
Yeah, it's not that accurate
So
if you just look at the stream.
So I can only accurately judge like the positions of up or down, like on the Z axis.
Yeah. But you can see right here. So if I just gonna look like this, maybe but I can totally see that it's even though it should be a little bit more for you, it's still not perfectly centered. But that leads me to show that now I have like this animation on the top group, and if I want to move it, I'll move everything, but the title is actually perfectly in place. I don't want to move that, and so I create a new group. Just gonna call it crazy, just gonna call it move. And now I'm just gonna put everything that I actually want to move in that folder. Because the clouds in the front can stay the same. Just this. And now I'm just gonna grab it right here and position it right here and like the gimbal a little bit near to me. And I can just check it out like this. And can try to have it a little bit more centered right here. A little bit too far. It's just a bit too far, but it's not that bad. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll jump into the other scene. But I want it, of course, to be animated throughout the whole cut, and cut it off right here.
Lit.
So we're going through here, got the reveal of the title, it's fading out, and we're just gonna see the islands. Yeah. That's working quite good. Ah, and the thing that we wanted to do is to maybe have our second character, the Bumblebee,
Red.
join us. I mean, it would be a hell of a ride for or flight for Bumblebee, I guess, to be up here. But we still could do that. What would you say? What would you say?
I think it would be great because Fred the Bumblebee is built different.
All right. Just gonna put him back in.
He's also pretty pretty big.
I just wanted to show you from bottom up. I'm not gonna spoil like everything right now, but I want to skip through the story just to show what I meant about not moving the scenes, not moving the viewer, but moving the scenes. So you can see right here, I'm staying at the exact same spot. But it's gonna be like, you can see that the whole island is actually moving and this one is staying the same all the time. So at this spot, here's the camera again, then here, so it's... I always just animate the whole scene. I think it's a little bit easier than moving this thing, because if I'm gonna animate this, like the camera, if I would do that, that just means if I want to just stretch out a scene for a couple of frames, I'll have to go in and adjust each keyframe or the whole keyframes of the camera as well. And that was just something I didn't want to do. And because of that, I can just add scenes and it's never a problem because it's not controlled by this. So this is the main idea behind that, so that I can just add the scenes. Because like you can see, this is the last thing that I'm gonna do. Okay, the credits will come last. That's the last thing I'm gonna do. But still, this is the opening scene and I'm doing it second last. And otherwise, if I had keyframed the view, the camera, then it would mean that I have to go in now, if I added this, move everything back, move all keyframes, and that would just be horrible to do. So that would just be, yeah. It wouldn't be fun, at least, yeah. So, going in, now we're just gonna go in there. We have the world right here. There we want George to be in. I'm just gonna save. Yeah, and if there's anyone new watching now, what we're actually doing is creating a virtual reality short film that's gonna be like watched in virtual reality as well. And as you can see, you have the opportunity to move around just a little bit to change perspective, and it's totally 3D. It's like a totally different experience from a 2D view. So it seems a little bit, I personally find, always after I work in VR and then watch it in 2D, it's always a little bit underwhelming, I would say. So you're just kind of disappointed how it looks, but in VR it's just a totally different thing. It's just I still like how it looks in 2D now, but it's just not comparable to what it actually looks like in virtual reality. And we have like what would you?
Yeah, to like the conclusion we're coming to is get yourself somebody who has a VR headset and watch it there.
Yeah, that's the point. Alright, so I wanted to import Fred. So I'm just gonna do that. So, isn't it ordered in alphabetic order? Or is it just in backup?
You named it differently.
Oh no, there is it.
Extra character, but the extra is only written with an X, so it's at the bottom.
No, there it is.
I don't.
So. Alright. Here it is, our little bumblebee. Quite big right now. I'm just gonna go in this view. Oh, to size him correctly. And that's a good thing. I think He can be big, but I would just put him...
Yeah,
I would
you have to
put
make
him
big.
this size. Yeah, but I think that is totally enough. The other one would be a little bit extreme. So I would like to have him fly in kind of like right here. Just before it's fading out, maybe behind this cloud. I think that would be good. So now we can see like the animation process of this little bumblebee. Something I had to do for many scenes. Oh, I just realized one thing. Wait a minute. Just have to move out.
Oh, wait.
Now, back. Alright, I just moved my, like, the monitor, the screen of my, my camera. I just put it out, or folded it out, so that it won't overheat again. Yeah, and now we can see, like, animation process of this little bumblebee. It's just very simple. Just you're gonna use stepped keyframes. Go inside here. Just turn off scale. I don't want to scale him at all. And now I just usually just go in. I turn on. Where are the?
If you don't want to scale him,
What?
don't you have to scale Fred if he's like flying away from Mars towards the islands, because the islands are so small?
No, that's not gonna matter. I think you won't get the perspective, like, at all.
Ah, okay.
He's.
We're not going
We're gonna try it, but I don't think it will matter.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, you can
this
still
is just
turn back.
the frame by frame animation I always do for Fred. Just by hand, roughly sketching out the movement. Now it's at full speed with like one block per frame, like his whole size. He's gonna fly towards the middle. Yeah, Fred was if you didn't know, the character's named Fred, and he's been like the easiest thing to animate, but also time-consuming one. So it's not like it's going like really fast if you have to animate him a lot, but at least you just have to think about where you want to have him fly, and you can just go start animate without like needing that much reference or thinking about it too much. Just always having not like flying perfectly straight. For how long has he go? Oh my god. All right. He's gonna fly for a little bit. Oh, we have a request. Can Fred do a loop? Would be like a totally Fred thing to do. Or what would you say, Niels?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Let's
he would
try
do
that.
Maybe you could let him do a loop around a cloud.
I think that's too far away for anyone, but because I can't place one right in the middle here, because it will block the view. And we also want to see like the... Would it be normal? I think we're just gonna have him like I don't know how Bumblebee physics work, but I want him to
I also
move him slowly at the
don't know.
top, and then like shooting down back with greater speed.
Like a plane.
But I think we have experts in the YouTube comments right here that could recommend a
Yeah.
proper.
Can you give us a hint, Hannes?
Is it good if it's slower at the top? I think we'll see in the.
My guess is that it doesn't really make a difference for a Bumblebee.
What do you mean
I don't really.
with that? It's perfect. All right, we'll see in real time how it will look. I hope it will kind of work.
I think a Bumblebee would have the same speed, but on the
But
other
it
hand,
would be
I don't
like
know if a Bumblebee.
the greatest time to Google if a Bumblebee can fly upside down.
Yeah.
But I don't think it can.
Yeah, I also
So
don't think it can.
So it
I'm
has
find
to
that-
fall like that. So it actually would be, I think, quite an accurate thing how we try to do it right here. I hope so much that it's gonna be true that I don't have to scale him, because it would be like extra work right now. Oh my god. I hope I didn't move anything.
Apparently, the Bumblebee is defying physics with its flying technique.
Oh, but look at this.
Wait, can ooh! Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
I like
but it has to hide a little bit in the beginning. Look at him do a flip. Alright. I like that flip. Thanks for the input, Hannes. I can see how now I always have to mention if somebody says, "Oh, I like that loop," and then I have to. We have to be ready to credit Hannes for that idea all the time.
So apparently, bumblebees don't flap their wings up and down. They flap them back and forth.
All right, so we did our research and
Yeah.
like so back and forth. All right. Creative freedom. Maybe.
Yeah, for sure. But wait, it's described. I'm going to read out.
Oh, do you hear the my fan a lot, or is that, or don't you hear that?
No, I only hear music.
All right, great. That's the magic
So
of
this is
NVIDIA.
something everyone that's watching right now can do. Okay, guys, stand up. Put your arms out to the left and right of your body. Stretch them out so that you form a big T. And with your palms facing down. And now sweep your arm forward. And when you reach in front of you, pull your thumb up so that you flip your arm over and your palm is upwards. Now with your palm
I
up,
absolutely don't get what you're trying to explain right now.
It's how the bumblebee is flying. So it moves like the wing is the arm. So it moves. You move your arm with the palm down to the front. There you rotate your hand so that the palm is up, and you move your arm back to the side. And you can like try it out, Nino.
I think I'll have to just look up a slow-mo video, how it actually looks.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but now he'll just fly in, do his flip, And we could also say that he's maybe we should start a little bit earlier. What do you say? So maybe he'll just... So they... or maybe I should just move my... I should have my OBS window and it's blocking my view. So I thought he isn't in frame at all, but I think... Alright, so we're looking at that. But I think that's alright if it just comes in like this. I like that. And maybe he could be part of the next scene as well. Maybe that is the thing that we could do. So that he actually flies in this scene as well. Down there, maybe. That could be a thing to merge the scenes a little bit more. Yep, I'm happy with that. I like the opening. With George doing a little bit of a trick. The thing is now what I could show you, but I don't think it will work great. But I'm still gonna show you is the audio. How we get audio inside of Quill. I can show that with Fred right here. The thing is, I think you can't hear my my sounds out of Quill, so you won't hear it actually. But I can show you how you can position it.
Can you do some button pressing for me to confirm it?
I can, yeah. I think it won't show. I don't have any output right here. I'll have to fix that in the future. Or if I'm gonna do sound work at least, but I think I have them here, and here you can see all the sounds I already used. And I have this bee humming file right here. So usually when you start off,
oh, we're going to stick it to the bum.
So usually you just have the sound somewhere in here, you could say. What I want to do right now is to say you can spatialize the audio. That's what I'm gonna do right here. But I don't get where is the audio? So usually when I load it in, I'm just gonna try it again a little bit. Oh, and I'm gonna save. Oh, I hate that message.
Don't forget to save.
Yeah, I just did.
Ah. Damn it.
And I hate when I want to save and it says to me that that file already exists. I have to overwrite. It usually doesn't do that, even though you don't change the name. But sometimes it does, and I'm totally confused by it every time if I'm doing something wrong.
I think it happens when you haven't saved for a while. And the differences.
So now you can see it right here. So usually a sound file looks like this. So you just put it in and you'll have it right here as this kind of speaker thing. That's what you usually get. This color of speaker means that it's just gonna be a mono sound. So you have it on your both ears, in the loudness, in the volume that you say right here. So you have a gain and you also have volume in the other thing. But you can say that you want to spatialize the whole thing. As soon as you spatialize the audio, you can also, I'm just gonna, yeah, you can move it around, and then the program will actually just kind of, I'm just gonna call it detect. It's not exactly how it works, but it will try, because you have like two headphones, of course, you know all the stereo sound, and so it will play with that, with loudness of both ears, to simulate the position of the sound. So for example, if you have it right here, the sound on your right headphone will be much louder than the one on the left, and though you will think the sound, oh my god, I just jumped to a totally different scene. You will think that the sound will come from the right. So that's how the whole thing works. And this is great because you can animate that, and that just adds a lot of detail to the scene. And the great thing about VR, it is not only like, usually when you have a movie, you would do that as well, with cars, for example, passing by or anything like that. Or maybe also like conversation. Some people really like to use the stereo mixing. However, this is totally baked in the film, of course, in the video. In VR, it's a little bit different because, of course, if I just put it right here, then it would seem like it comes from the right. So more loudness or more volume on my right headphone. But because it's virtual reality, I can just turn and suddenly the sound is not on my right anymore, it's on my left. And this is just dynamically updated all the time, just like in games and stuff like this. So it's actually more like a game engine thing that you can see right here. And this is just great to do the whole thing. So I can just go in, I have a thread, and now you can see why I always animate in folders. I don't actually animate the bee itself, but I animate the folder the bee is in. And that way, like you can see right here. Okay, now it's following the bee. It's a little bit up front because I haven't positioned it right. I can just put it right here. And now the audio will follow the bee. So I actually also have like an audio cue where the bee is coming from, and your attention will be grabbed by that as soon as it flies around the corner. Maybe I'm just gonna fade it in a little bit. I think that would be great. Another thing you can do, like this is not, I used that in some parts, but this is not the most important thing when it comes to short films. Maybe it's kind of a nice feature to have, but more when you have an island, for example, you can walk around or look around a little bit more, go deeper into detail, and there you have the feature right here. I would just call it attenuation. Never spoke that word out loud. But yeah, attenuation, I just assume that's right. You can have something like this. This is audio fall off. Niels, do you still hear me? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Just checking because I think the music just died, but we're gonna be back soon.
It's still there.
Yeah, no. All right. So you can see right here, you have this bubble around the bee. Just gonna go closer. And there you can see you have this attenuation, and this is gonna be like the fall off of the volume. So you can say you want, you can just specify where the fall off should start and where it should end and where you shouldn't hear anything. So you will only be able to hear the bee if you're inside that red bubble. So I'm just gonna spread it out. You can spread it out like real fast, real far. And now you can see. I don't think so, no. So right here, I'm just gonna start here in this frame. I can just check. I'm totally inside of it, so I will hear it. In this case, I want to hear it at any point. So that's how I'm choosing the size right now. And here I can already, I hear it already. Here I must have lost it. So like you can see, I'm outside of the bubble. I won't hear it anymore. But it's gonna be like, you can specify how the fall off should be. So you have the fall off linear, logarithm, and that's it. These are the two main ones. But I chose linear in that case. Just because I think I don't. Wait, how would it's not exponential. It's just the. I'm just trying to remember how the logarithmic curve would look like. Actually.
I also have no clue. Wait.
It should be the.
Okay, so it ascends pretty steep, and then it gets like
Yeah. All right.
less steep.
So it's all right. So the thing is, I just want to have it like, I think linear is suited all right for this kind of thing I want to have here. I just want to get it like faded out as soon as it flies away. The other thing would be like getting, having a lower volume very fast and then just fading out very slowly until the end. And because it's flying away so much, I just don't want that. I just want the linear value change. But you could choose that. And just so that I showed it, there are also modifiers I really like. So you could also put on like this one right here. This is great for sounds that you only want to hear in a certain area. For example, this is, you have a cone as well. Yeah, so this would be the case. For example, I'm just gonna extend on that quite a moment. If you imagine, this is just a scene, and you just want to look around it, and maybe down here George is singing. When George would be singing right here, you wouldn't want to hear that back there, for example. Because that wouldn't be that realistic if he's singing a little bit louder, maybe. But yeah, you didn't want to hear them right here, or maybe it's a little bit. For example, here is the bumblebee is flying right here, and you just want to hear it if you're in this area. Then these kind of bubbles are really great, because then just if you go inside here and look more specifically at the garage, for example. Garage. Back at it again. At the garage. Then you would hear just then you would hear it. So you can control the audio that way. All right. How long have we been here so far? It's about 1 hour 50 minutes, right?
Yeah.
All right.
About that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what else we could do right now. Actually, in VR,
We need more clouds around you in the beginning, like because it's like
so it's
VR,
kind of
right?
like they're circling me.
Yeah, exactly. So that it seems like there are clouds in every direction. We kind of have to fake that a little bit, because we don't really want to paint all clouds in, because that's too many triangles, but
I'm just gonna block it right here. So I'm actually, it's a little bit of, even if someone now would, or maybe I have to block it even more. This is maybe one technique how you could ensure that it's someone, even though if they didn't set it up correctly, where to look in the beginning, we might be able to lead their view in the right direction by just blocking it. Because you always have to keep in mind that potentially a viewer could just go in and look at the totally different direction. I mean, that's something you can't forbid in any case, so that can always happen. But what we want to do is just to make sure in the beginning there's gonna be like a text that says that you should how do you call it, recenter the view in the beginning. And this is just us trying to have them, in the right spot so they can actually enjoy the experience. I think I already said that in another stream, but the thing is you can't stop anyone from ruining the viewing experience. So if somebody wants to look in the wrong direction, he totally can. Like I said, I like to make that comparison to someone that turns their TV in the wrong direction on purpose. I think that's something, if you're doing a TV show, you wouldn't plan for, that somebody could do that. And that's why we won't care about that much either. If somebody wants to ruin his experience or her experience, that's on them.
We're not going to stop them. We're just going to make it obvious how we intend the viewer to do it.
And that's just
Also,
that is just the biggest thing, or the most you can do is just explain as much as possible, and just try to tell the viewer as much as possible how you want him to watch or how it should be watched.
Yeah, how he will experience it the best way.
All right.
Nino, I'm feeling like the clouds in front of the camera. Oh wait, can you start the animation from the beginning?
That's it right here.
Ah, okay. So I kind of had the impression that there would be clouds in front of the...
I want to try that now. I want to try one cloud moving out of the way. That is what I want to do.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna create one other layer right here. So this is gonna be the cloud. Oh no, it's not. Now, all right. So I would like to have a cloud right here, maybe. So now we're totally recreating the Simpsons intro, like for real. If it's now moving out of the way, if I think about that.
But we've always intended for that to be that way. I don't think I.
Thanks, Hannes, or who wrote that?
Thorsten.
Was it Hannes or Thorsten?
Oh wait. I'm going to find that out. Hannes. Thanks, Hannes, for ruining our intro shot.
It's funny how you don't think about something that obvious when planning.
But I think the Simpsons aren't the only ones. Because I think it's like...
I envisioned it to be like, for real, I thought about like the Harry Potter opening when thinking about that.
Well, I thought about something different, but I think it's not that... Oh, yeah, Hannes. Hannes writes, you're welcome. Well, I envisioned something a little bit different, but I think this way it's going to work fine as well, so it doesn't really matter. Initially, in my head, I had an image of like a tunnel of clouds, which would like lead us there. But kind of like
I think with tunnel of clouds is just when I again think about motion sickness, for example. That wouldn't be a thing that I recommend doing at all. I think this already is going to be very harsh. Like, really. I think that's gonna be...
Okay.
Not like the optimal thing to do, especially when you start it like that. But... It's like big surfaces, I would say. So it's not... It's not like very much detail, so I think it's it's more easy to handle. Oh my god, that's awful. Alright, oh no. I hate when this happens. You can you can grab your menu and you can put it somewhere. And sometimes so you can grab it and put it somewhere, and sometimes when I'm animating, I just lose it. So I don't see where it is, and you can't just bring it back. If I just hit it again, I can hear that it's going on and off again, but it won't appear at my hand, so I sometimes have to search it. I don't know if that I think it won't happen to you if you're not animating, but... Alright, should be further away, maybe. Have a little bit more time. Where to move?
Sorry. Again, please.
Just move it down even more. I thought ease in would be... Oh, okay, that's kind of working.
So it's moving to the bottom.
Yeah.
Nice. I think that's kind of the most realistic way for us to like...
Yeah, if you could call it realistic in any way, I think...
Yeah, but I think for a cloud to move to the side just like that, I'm not sure.
But I think it's feeling it's feeling alright in VR. That's kind of like the main point.
It looks like as if the cloud wouldn't move at all, and we were just like going over the cloud.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I think it's working quite alright because. Yeah. Alright. Just gonna save. Do you want to show the scene out of context that you did in your last stream, Niels?
The scene out of context that I did?
Yeah, you talked about how it will look like, but of course you didn't show the animation of this scene right here.
Oh, yes, you can show it, yeah.
So this is the scene that Niels prepared in one of his... I know, you didn't do that in a live stream, right? You just showed it.
I just showed the scene, yeah.
Yeah, so... We're coming from a scene that will be something like that. It's not totally finished yet. But just in case, so it starts right here. And here you can see George nearly here getting hit by a bird. Then transition to another island. How? This scene always is a little bit laggy for me. I have to check why that is. Is it repeat? Yeah. So, oh, a little bit too far. I'm just gonna check that it's on repeat at the right point, kind of. So yeah, so that is the scene, how it turned out in the end. Still, we have, there aren't sounds yet, but there will be one for the bird coming down right here. And this is just to grab your attention in case you don't like naturally find George coming like this. You can see him, you can see it in your peripheral vision, you should see him, but with the bird coming and the sound, you should turn around and see him walking right there. And then on the other island. Do you see what I mean right here, or is it just glitching in my headset?
Yeah, it's a little bit, but I'm not sure if that's Quill or if it's just normal transition.
I mean, no, it's gone. Now it's gone. I don't see it anymore. It's at George. It is looks a little bit weird, but
then I have.
no, now it's gone. I think it's because it's wireless transferring to my headset. Maybe that should
Yes, of
could
course,
be
yeah. That could very well be. When I tried out wireless, I had some frames.
But I really like that
Okay.
how the environment turned out right here.
Yeah.
It's like super simple, but yet it looks kind of nice, I guess.
Yeah. I think the God rays help quite a bit to like.
And I already looked at it in actual Quill Theater because it looks a little bit different, but it's working great. And now we can see, like, usually we sketch it out like this, then you have the clouds, and then it's all inside this bubble. And now I saw we're inside a bubble of a bubble, and I won't, because I haven't deleted the first one yet, I guess. So in this scene there's the sky, but we don't need it. Oh, here we need it. Here we still need it. We still need it right here. But as soon as we're here, we can just cut it off because there's another sky background. Yeah. All right. So I think that I don't know yet if that was like the at least I think it maybe there will be one more Quill live stream about this project, and I think then we'll have to shift the content just a little bit because yeah, maybe we could just have like like I said, the music will be produced, and maybe I can show you a little bit of how it works a little bit, and need some Porsche on this island. Would be a weird flex on an island like that to have a Porsche. You can drive around in a circle.
Yeah.
Maybe like with a parachute that you can just drive off and like a James Bond car, more like. Yeah. So when you think about that right here, we're gonna add a little bit of more detail in some parts, so maybe a little bit of transitions, and then we're gonna add the music. Then we're gonna have the credits and some additional information in the beginning, because you can do some things wrong when starting an experience like that. Like I said, you have to look at a certain point, recenter the view, so when you, for example, sit on a chair, you can't have to... Okay, alright, now Fiesco is joining in on the Porsche thing.
Guys, we don't have enough.
Hey, but maybe this could be like the next my next project in the live stream after this project. Maybe I can do like a fun little Porsche animation, and maybe we're gonna do like a director's stream or a stream cut, aiming for those extra points. Yeah, but generally speaking, the hardest part I think is done, because if you look at this, oh, better not look at this. But just this one scene is the only one that is really pointed out red at the moment, so we have to optimize it. But it's just draw call, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But the rest is fine, or kind of fine.
Since Nino is still doing, since we are still doing some changes and adjusting some things in the scenes, we can't yet combine all the layers together, because when we do that, we will have enough draw calls, we will stay in the minimum, but it's harder to edit the object.
Just another thing for the Porsche theme. I think I wouldn't, with my drawing skill, I mean, I usually, I think it will take a lot of time. I would have like the fear of just ruining the great design of a Porsche with my painting skill. That is something to have in mind as well. That would be a nice challenge, Niels. We both try to do a Porsche, and in the end we'll look if at least someone at least sees that it is one. Yeah, it would be a nice thing to do.
We could try to do that in a stream together. We can like compare and rate
The
it
1 hour
at the
challenge. And then we'll have another one
And
that's gonna be a week so that we actually have something that we can show. Yeah.
I think like the 1 hour I won't really have anything.
Yeah. But overall speaking, this project is kind of coming to a point where you have to just do details, sticking stuff together. Yeah, and like I said, maybe there's gonna be one other stream where I put everything together, show you a little bit of behind the scenes of some of the things that I already did, and afterwards, or maybe talk about what would be interesting with leading the eye, what we did to have the transitions work and stuff like this, what we imagined at least. And then I think we should totally do like just a little talk about the project, maybe in at the end, actually, after the release, maybe, or when releasing. I think that would be a great thing to do.
We're also
All right.
in the next month, we're also going to produce a documentary about our project.
Yeah.
And I don't know when exactly this will come out, but hold on for that. Because it's also
because
going to condense our progress, our
and our general
everything.
thoughts, actually, just stuff that we talked about in stream briefly, just ideas that we had, and just general. It's just been a great experience working in virtual reality. Like, I totally see the benefit. I can't stress that enough. You're just inside this world and you're just drawing. Like, no distraction, at least if you don't have like this this screen right here where you can see yourself and the stream chat. So when I usually work, no distractions at all, just totally being in there and just drawing and animating. It's great. For my taste, it's like the most creative tool I've worked with in the past couple of years. That's really the thing where you can totally get lost and get creative. Yeah.
I also have to say, for two who aren't really that artsy, I would say, to like animate a whole short movie.
Yeah, I mean that's the crazy thing. I did some 2D animations, but never ever did I actually do character animation. I am not that good at drawing. And we just jumped in and did it. I think that is that was the fun of the project. Just saying, come on, we can do it somehow. And I hope we did. And I hope this will work together with the music. I think that's gonna bring everything together so well. It's gonna be composed by someone specifically for that project. So I think that's gonna be great. Yeah. But I think I don't have to show. Have to do anything else now in VR. I'm just gonna jump out of VR real quick and just have a little chat at the end of it in front of my screen. So I'm just gonna hit on the brake and see you in a couple of seconds. Oh, and I'm back out of VR as usual with a great. Hey, you just look great when you come out of a VR headset. And just to say that maybe one thing was like really horrible, and I'm so glad that today was a little bit different. I usually really like when it's warm outside, but like you can see, this room is right under the roof. This is the sun side of the house, kind of. So it's getting warm in here, and especially when you're then wearing a VR headset and just sweating under it, it's just amazing. You'll have to put up fans, a lot of fans. Like the last week with a very hot weather was amazing, and I think for Niels as well, right?
Yes, very much, because in my room it gets very hot because it's not that big, and my PC is creating quite a lot of heat as well, and I didn't really have a ventilator fan.
Yeah.
So it was
feature
like
suggestion for next Oculus Quest would be like an internal fan that cools your face.
Yeah, I want
that would be great. Yeah. So I don't know if there's still some people watching, but if you have just another question, now's the time. Yeah, Hannes also saying playing VR games is brutal right now. It totally is, but it's still worth it in my in my experience. I still enjoy it. Like favorite games at the moment, Echo VR. Not a game for Niels, but not because of skill or anything, but because of room size.
Yeah, when I played it the last time, I kept punching my cupboard.
Yeah, so you could say it's kind of a sports game where you have to throw stuff. Yeah, so it's. When is the next stream? That's actually a really good question. I think we could.
Streaming on Tuesday, but
when will you be streaming?
Tuesday, but I don't really know what the topic is going to be yet.
All right, but I think
Sorry.
I think I'm gonna stick with next week, same time, I guess. Maybe a Thursday again. At 8 o'clock. I think that was quite a right time. I think I'm just gonna do that. But I'm gonna let you know. I think on YouTube I'm gonna have it as planned early. I don't know if that's possible on Twitch. I think I can put up a schedule or something like that. But also on Instagram, I always try to announce it at least a day earlier. Yeah, but I think next Thursday, same time, would be a good thing. So I think that's it for today. I think we're gonna end it right here. Thanks to everyone who participated today and asked some questions and put some feedback or ideas into the chat. Some of them which we already put into our scene, like the loop of red, something that we'll have to add, like a Porsche. Maybe we're gonna have a little toy car Easter egg for that. But yeah, do you want to say anything else, Niels?
No, not really. I just want to thank you all for tuning in, for watching, and I hope you guys had fun. And maybe see you soon next time.
All right, great. Then thanks again for being here with us, and yeah, see you in the next stream. Bye.